You have massive, life-changing dreams, but instead of chasing them, you sit perfectly still, completely paralyzed. You tell yourself you will write that book or get in shape tomorrow. Then when tomorrow arrives, you sit back down, pull out your phone, and scroll or watch TV instead of taking a single step. It is easy to look at that behavior and think you are just a lazy person. But this cycle of inaction is often a reaction to a specific problem, not a permanent flaw in your character. This diagram shows what is actually happening. When your brain encounters a massive goal, it perceives that scale as a threat. It creates a retreat pathway to avoid the pain of effort, routing your focus into a soft, easy comfort zone. Because this resistance often comes from how our brains react to the size of a task, you can change your response over time. By altering the scale of what you are trying to do, you can stop the avoidance habit before it starts. The first step is to make your tasks small. When a big project makes you freeze up, you need to reduce its scope until it no longer feels like a threat. If your goal is to write a book, do not sit down expecting to write a full chapter. Tell yourself you are only going to write one single sentence today. You take a project that takes weeks and turn it into a task that takes 10 seconds to finish. Look at this animation. Aiming for immediate perfection feels like staring up at a steep vertical cliff face. But when you focus solely on making forward progress, that cliff morphs into a gentle staircase of tiny, manageable steps. Taking these microscopic steps helps you avoid the brain's panic response. Over time, those small wins accumulate into results you can actually see. The second step is to stop relying on willpower to force yourself into action every single day. Willpower runs out, but routines make things automatic. Think of routines like training wheels. They make things easier until you can do them naturally. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, place your running shoes right next to your bed the night before. You remove the effort of searching for your gear, making your first move easier. These physical routines act like training wheels. They reduce the energy required to get moving, supporting you day by day until it becomes a natural reflex. The final step is to use the 2-minute rule. This tool helps you handle the friction you feel in the moments right before you begin a task. This diagram shows physical momentum. Pushing that heavy sphere over the peak requires a lot of energy, but the moment it crests, it transitions into a self-sustaining roll. Starting requires effort. Continuing requires much less. To get over that initial peak, promise yourself you will work for exactly 2 minutes. If you want to clean a room, commit to cleaning just one corner. By setting a short limit, the difficulty of getting started becomes manageable. The moment those 2 minutes are up, give yourself a small reward. Listen to your favorite song or take a short break. By combining a short time frame with an instant reward, you teach your brain that starting doesn't have to be painful. You begin to associate the first step with a positive outcome instead of a struggle. Think of your ambitions as a tiny spark. Consistent, small actions provide the fuel to build a fire. You now have 3 specific strategies to move forward. You can shrink your tasks, build routines to remove friction, and use the 2-minute limit to generate momentum. You will have days where you stumble, and that is okay. Failure is an expected part of the journey, not a reason to stop. You make progress by showing up consistently. Even if the daily effort is small, you don't need to be perfect to see things change. Do not wait for a sudden burst of motivation. Pick one thing you have been avoiding, apply these rules, and take one small step today.